shaft?
Oh, yeah.
What happened to your shaft?
There is powerful niggardry at work here.
What's good? My bad. I'm late. My fucking bad. I am super fucking late. I do apologize for my lateness. Got a little caught up playing the crew 2, and then I was trying to get sure my mic was working. What's going on, Sebastian Shaw? Salute. Yeah, man. Today's just kind of I'm just gonna kind of go off the cuff, just cause really, there's just been too much shit going on between YouTube and then I guess with shit going on with like, the entertainment industry and even just in like regular news, just too much shit going on. And kind of figure I would just kind of go off the cuff, just kind of really just talk my shit because this at the end of the day, man, it just looks like society is just collapsing on itself. And let me fucking explain. So I don't know if any of y'all know about, I guess, the red pill community. I don't know how familiar some of y'all are with that shit, but just to kind of give y'all a little bit of a gist of basically the red pill community. I guess it's supposed to be like a spot specifically for men to where pretty much, I guess, to see the world for what it really is, or so you call it. Basically, they say some stupid shit like, oh, you're trapped in the Matrix. It basically uses a fucking Matrix reference to where if you're blue pill, you just see what they want you to see, and then red pill, you see the world for what it really is. Mainly, particularly, I guess, with like women and like just some of the stuff they do. I guess while they do make some good points, there are other points that they make that are just straight fucking asinine and don't hold any weight in reality. Like, I've heard them say some stupid shit. And just FYI, the StreamYard link, I did post it in the chat so that way anybody want to come up, I don't care. Like, it's just kind of pretty much for the most part just a free for all, just kind of, like I said, just kind of a shoot the shit session. But anyway, man. So that being said, let me get back into the red pill stuff. Yeah, so like I used to listen to a lot of red pill content, maybe like a few years ago, and then I'm gonna be honest. When I was listening to a lot of the red pill content shit, and keep in mind this is before I met my girlfriend. Like I was like consuming that shit, and I was not fucking getting laid listening to that shit and taking some of their fucking advice. I'm just gonna be fucking honest. I was not getting laid listening to some of that stupid ass advice. And then here's what's funny. When I stopped listening to all that shit and I cut myself off from that red pill bullshit, I was getting fucking ass left and right. So it kind of made me come to the conclusion that half the shit those motherfuckers were saying was just bullshit. Not all of it, but a lot of the shit, like I'm mainly on. I guess I can kind of go in on Fresh and Fit just as like prime example, man. Like I think some of the dumbest shit a few years ago where old dude was talking about if the chick you're with, you go on a date with, she doesn't want to fucking have sex. What you do is you call another bitch right in front of her and get that bitch to come over to come fuck. I'm like, nigga, the hell? And I guess that like he was saying that shit like it's supposed to be an alpha move, nigga. That's not an alpha move. Like that just sounds like you butt hurt, so you want to try to get back at her right then and there, and you want to try to make her feel like shit. Not alpha about making a chick feel like shit. Like, and then there was some other shit that this dude fucking said. When he said this shit, that's when I knew I had to fucking stop listening to these motherfuckers. Was when this nigga tried to say a woman's orgasm is irrelevant. Just let that sink in for a minute. Let me tell y'all something, man. From my personal, from experience. If you smashing a chick and you give her an orgasm, not only is she gonna want to smash again, and I'm not saying that's all the time. I'm not trying to give like a lot of advice, bro. Exactly. If you smash a chick and you give her a fucking orgasm, she's probably gonna do one of the following. She's either going to hit you up the next time she wants to smash, or if you hit it just right, she will probably make you fucking breakfast. She will make you fucking breakfast or make you a fucking sandwich if you hit that shit right. So like and I know this, but the fact that these stupid motherfuckers said this shit. Sorry, man. Sorry. Just the fact that these stupid motherfuckers said this shit. I was like, y'all gotta be out your motherfucking mind. Y'all have to be out your motherfucking minds to think like this. Like, do you not realize you got motherfuckers that aren't even getting no fucking pussy? And then you're giving them this piece of shit advice the moment they get pussy? Bitch, you just set them up for failure. Like, I've heard a lot of dumb shit that these dudes have said, man. Like, a lot of dumb shit. And then I guess someone asked one of them if they were ever in a long-term relationship. I think one of them, the longest relationship they said they were in was like about a year, less than a year or some shit. And I'm kind of like, okay, if you've never been in a relationship long, at least, if you've been in a relationship if they have not been in a relationship for at least 2 years, as far as a long-term relationship, 2 years at a minimum, unsubscribe from them, stop taking advice from them, because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. If they never, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if somebody's trying to give you any type of advice for like on marriage and divorce, any type of structural dynamic with families, and they've never been married, pretty much straight up, they've never even been married, you should definitely not be taking marriage advice from them. That's for damn sure. Definitely should not be taking marriage advice from them. Like this is just how sad it is. This is just how sad that these people that consume their content, this is how sad they are, is that they're looking to literally anybody that is giving out advice, thinking that's like gonna be giving the fucking answer. And no, it's not. Like, that's like me trying to take advice from someone, trying to take advice on running a Fortune 500 company from someone that's never even been a manager. You know what I'm saying? That's like me trying to fucking learn how to drive stick from someone that's never even driven a car before. You get what I'm going at? You get where I'm going with that? Like, it's stupid. It makes no fucking sense. And then when you go off of stats to try to prove your point, and then someone finds a way around your stats, and then you try to go off your personal feelings, say, no, you're wrong because I've interviewed thousands of women, thousands of men. Yeah, I'm talking about just pearly things. I'm talking about that stupid bitch. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, your anecdotal experience don't hold weight with the real world. Because again, you're going off of your experience. Just your experience alone. You're not weighing in from a whole bunch of other people. You're maybe going off a small minority of people. You're not going off of thousands of people. Maybe a couple hundred. Cool, okay, cool, got that. But at the end of the day, like, you're not going off of a bunch of other people's experience. You're just kind of going off your own. And then, speaking of just crazy things, I heard the stupid ass fucking debate this bitch was in, talking about with Ethan Klein of all people, which I don't like that stupid motherfucker. I cannot stand that dirty motherfucker. Cannot stand that dirty motherfucker. Fucking, she was turning around trying to say, oh, maybe like talking about how women have all pretty much it's in their favor when it comes to divorce. There's some truth to that. I do. Hold on one sec. What the fuck? Hang on a minute. Okay, that was fucking weird. My phone did some stupid shit. I'm gonna find out what's going on with that later. But anyway, when it comes to this whole thing with the divorce, talking about how the divorce courts are in the favor of the women, It's actually gotten to the point where the courts are kind of peep that shit. I watch a lot of the divorce court shit, and I'm starting to notice a lot of times these courts are picking up on all the stupid shit that these women are trying to do. Well, anyway, this bitch turned around and try to talk about banning divorce because of the fact that when you get divorced, the whole thing with getting alimony and child support. First off, not a lot of women get alimony when it comes to a divorce, unless you're like making millions of dollars or some shit. Okay, that's one thing, but even then, alimony is kind of a hard thing to get. So that's one. And then two, this bitch was talking about banning child support. Are you fucking stupid? Are you fucking dumb? You cannot be this. You cannot be this stupid. At the end of the day, as much as I disagree with like how the child support system works, child support is needed regardless. Because again, that money is for the child. Yeah, sure, there are going to be women out there that do some fuck shit with that money, but at the end of the day, it's still for the child. So what are we fucking talking about here? And then what was the other dumb shit she fucking said? About trying to ban divorce because otherwise, if you've been married for 8 years, and then you don't get a divorce, it's not a marriage, bitch. Yeah, it is a fucking marriage. You got to take in a factor that after a certain amount of time in a marriage, people change. Speaking from personal experience, I was married for 8 years, so I know how that goes because I knew after 8 years, my punk ass fucking changed, and so did my ex-wife. So for her to try to say, "Oh no, you need to stick it out," no, shut the fuck up. Like again, like it's just stupid ass shit that motherfuckers say on the internet. And what makes it worse is you have a lot of these fucking hurt dudes that allow people to just give them this fucking advice, but not really thinking too much into it. Not really giving it the benefit, not really kind of giving it the benefit of the doubt, like not really giving benefit. I'm using the wrong fucking words right now. I'm all over the fucking place, but not really like weighing out all the options. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what up, Matt K? Salute, salute. But yeah, like, and what makes this worse is that they don't realize that these motherfuckers in the red pill are just grifting their fucking ass. They're telling them anything that they want to hear that sounds good, but a lot of it is nonsensical, stupid shit that doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Like, at all. It just gets, especially what makes this worse is that you got a lot of young kids that are absorbing this information and then they're thinking it's okay. And now it's sparking a whole fucking pointless gender war. Like, the fuck, man. Like, the way I look at it is the red pill is just another version of feminism. Only difference is that it's just men saying that, oh, women have more power, such and such and such. Basically, it's the same argument that feminists make. The only difference is that it's being flip flopped. Half the time, I'm just like, well, y'all motherfuckers shut the fuck up already. Like, y'all sound like whole bitches being online complaining about women and what the fuck they do. Like, it's funny how y'all are trying to teach men about masculinity, but y'all be the most unmasculine, y'all be the most feminine motherfuckers on the fucking planet. Like, on God, these dudes in the red pill talk about masculinity and shit, and they be the most feminine motherfuckers on the planet. And again, I'm not saying that's all red pill content creators, because there are some good red pill content creators that actually do give good advice. Like, I know one dude, mediocre tutorial reviews. He's actually a pretty good content creator. I fuck with his shit every once in a while because he actually he does his research and he thinks before he speaks. And even then, there's some stuff he gives pushback on too. because he doesn't just talk about the shit women do. He even talks about the fuck shit that men do, and even say, men, you need to do this, 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 and this, and this. So that's kind of a dude that I watch some of his content. Pretty cool dude. And then, honestly, I think the one dude who, in my opinion, would used to get a lot of shit from women before he passed. And when I went back and started watching some of his stuff, I really was like, you know what? He actually was giving good advice. It was just the delivery was it was harsh. And that was Kevin Samuels. Granted, let's be honest, he did steal some of that shit from Tommy Sotomayor. Let's just be honest. He did steal some of that shit. But again, the dude was giving good advice, like giving some good real world advice. I didn't agree with everything that dude said. And I'll give like a prime example. One of the things I didn't agree with, like the whole thing with you should be proposing to someone after about 6 months. Nah, I don't agree with that for a handful of reasons. Because you don't truly know that person after 6 months. You're still barely getting to know them. That's one. Two, one thing I could tell you was this: you don't truly know someone until you live with them. You do not truly know someone until you live with them. That's what happened when I did with my ex-wife. After 6 months, proposed to her, got married, didn't even take the time to live with her. I didn't live with her until after we got married. Oh my God, if I'd known all that shit before, if I had moved in with her before I proposed to her, I probably wouldn't have been in the mess I'm in. I wouldn't have been where I'm at right now. I'm just saying, man. That's why sometimes I'm just like, take your time. If you're gonna move in with that person, cool. But don't sit up there and propose to them if you haven't even lived with them. That's just my opinion. I mean, y'all can take that with a grain of salt, but that's just my opinion when it comes to that. And then, there's another dumb thing that Fresh and Fit said. And when they said that this was recent, because apparently they were having an issue with Abba and Preach and whatever, and Abba and Preach and another group of content creators basically try to call these motherfuckers gay because they can dance. They try to call these dudes gay because they could dance.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
For real. That was my actual reaction when they said that shit. That right there was enough to tell me that they don't know shit about women. That right there alone should be enough to tell anybody that these dudes do not know shit about women, and they don't know shit about dating. Because last I checked, women are attracted to a dude that can dance for a lot of reasons that I'm not even going to get into. I'm not even going to get into the logistics of that shit. I'm not even going to get into the logistics of that shit. But just the simple fact that these dudes said that shit already told me enough, man. I was like, nah, man. Y'all motherfuckers need to just unsubscribe from these dudes. Stop taking advice from these dudes because they pretty much gonna hurt your dating game. They will hurt your fucking dating game before it even starts. It's crazy. It's just the fact that they try to label these dudes as gay. And then yet there's a picture of one of the dudes from Fresh and Fit all hugged up with another dude. Make that shit make sense, man. Make that make sense, man. Like, how you gonna call another dude gay when there's a whole picture of you being hugged up with another dude, and then you even laid in bed hugged up cuddling with this dude, and then trying to say you're an alpha male? Like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like, sitting up here trying to be the pot, trying to call the kettle black. Shut the fuck up, man. I hate when motherfuckers do that shit. Like, don't sit up here and try to try to talk about how somebody's front yard looks like when your front yard looks like shit. Stop worrying about other people's front yard when you should be worrying about your own. You know, like another example of that whole saying that I just said is kind of like when you got too many people that I guess are conservative, if you want to call them that, where they're basically make a big deal about who's gay, who's not gay, like who's fucking trans, who's not trans, all this stupid bullshit, dude. Like some of these people just get into these dumbass arguments worrying about the wrong shit, man. Like if that shit's not affecting you, keep it pushing, dude. That's always been my thing. I mean, and that's why I can really say, like, when it comes down to it, I don't have a lot of smoke for people. In real life, I don't have a lot of smoke for anybody. And the reason I don't have a lot of smoke for anybody in real life is because I'm not sitting up here worried about what other people are fucking doing. I'm too busy trying to worry about what's going on in my front yard. I don't give a fuck about what goes on in other people's front yard. Like, personally, I don't give a fuck how anybody lives their life, what people's lifestyle it is. I don't see why everybody else feels invested to worry about everyone else's lifestyle. That shit irks me. You know, it really, really irks the fuck out of me when people do that shit. Because at the end of the day, if them motherfuckers aren't hurting you, if it's not affecting you directly in any way, shape, or form, shut the fuck up. Straight up. Leave it the fuck alone. You know? That's something I've always said. Like, that, I mean, honestly, and I think that's why I could be friends with all different groups of people. Like, I could be friends with a bunch of different people from different walks of life. I don't give a fuck about their race, gender, sexual orientation. I don't give a fuck about all that shit. Never been raised like that. Like, I don't judge people on surface level bullshit. Because when you start judging people on surface level bullshit, you don't get the time to learn. You don't get the time to actually meet someone new, because you never know. That person could be into some of the same shit you into. And I'll give you an example of that. Like, yeah, I heard something. But anyway, when I was in high school, man, I was a skateboarder in high school. You know, so a lot of times I went associated with, like, you know, skateboarders. You know, and there's one dude that was in my science class, and dude was a little bit came off. He was a jock, but he was a thug too. And people used to freaking judge this dude, thinking like he might freaking run up in a liquor store or some shit, rob a motherfucker. And one day I had to partner up with him on a fucking project, right? Not only did I find out that this dude was smart as fucking hell, and I mean, like, fucking dude should have been 2 grades ahead of us. But this dude was heavy, and he fucked with anime heavy. Yeah, like this dude like fucked with anime heavy. Like he put me on to some anime that I didn't even fucking know about. Really cool fucking dude. I still wish I was in contact with this dude. Because that dude would probably put me on to some other fucking anime that I didn't know about. But like I said, like, yeah, that's why I don't judge people off of just the surface. I take the time to talk to people, get to know who the fuck they are. And if they seem on the up and up and seem like a chill person, hey, I fuck with them. It's always been the type of person I am. And it's just weird that I don't know if people are taught to judge people off of surface level shit, or if people just aren't taught to, like, take the time to get to know people. Matter of fact, nah, fuck that. Whatever happened to that old saying, don't judge a book by its cover? Well, whatever happened to that shit? Feels like we took that saying and we just freaking threw it out the fucking window and soaked it in gasoline while it was caught on fire. That's what it sounds like we did. I mean, we really need to get back. We really need to get back to teaching kids that. Really do. We really need to get back into teaching kids that. You know. And then, ooh, fuck, I forgot. Yeah, it is Pride Month. You know. Personally, I got no issue with it. I'm cool with it. I think if, you know, like at the end of the day, I feel if you want to celebrate it, celebrate it. It's just I find it funny how you have the people, all these people that are against it, trying to say, you know, how there should be a month for the military, and it's like, bro, there's been a month for the military. There's been a month for the military since '99. It's called Military Appreciation Month. I'm just saying, you know, it's been a thing since '99. You know, the fact that a lot of people don't know that is beyond me. But hey, at the same time, we don't market it. We don't market Military Appreciation Month. So, yeah, it is what it is. And then let me also kind of get in on. Let me also make a freaking, I guess, an unofficial. No, I guess make an official declaration to DC Comics and Marvel Comics. From this day forward, I am not buying y'all shit. I am not buying y'all's motherfucking comic books no more. I am done. I am done with Marvel and DC Comics. Because y'all do not know how to write fucking comic book characters to save your fucking life. Y'all like suck at the basic shit when it comes to writing comic books and just basically writing just a good story altogether. Like superhero comic books, I get it, can be complex, but it doesn't need to be as complex as a lot of these comic book writers make it out to be nowadays. Like I always fucking say, man, if you want to write a good character in a comic book, this is what you do. Of course, you know, you go through creating your character, you know, name, powers, and abilities. But you need to freaking have them find out need to figure out what makes them stand out. What makes them different from other superheroes besides surface level shit. And what I mean by surface level shit is their superpowers. They're a man, woman, all that stuff. Like, you know, or their sexual orientation, whatever, past all that shit. What makes them different? What makes them stand out? I can give you like a perfect example of a character that has been around for ages, and that's Spider-Man. You know, he's a nerdy white kid from Queens that ended up getting bit by a radioactive spider. Now he's got superhuman strength, can stick on walls, agility, and he makes mechanical web shooters, and he's smart. But what makes him stand out? Because despite the fact that he's a superhero, he has to always make tough decisions. And when he has to go through those tough decisions, he has to think about the effects of those tough decisions. Whether it's you know, going on a date with his girlfriend or saving this little kid from Rhino. What's more important? You know what I mean? Shit like that. That's what makes the character stand out, and that's something that, you know, character has to struggle with, and it's an everyday struggle. Because sometimes he always has to ask himself, you know, when am I ever going to catch a break? Because let's be honest, Spider-Man always sacrifices so much shit. He always makes so many sacrifices, saves everyone's life, but at the cost of at the cost of his own happiness. That's a struggle. That's how you write a character. You know, we can always see them do all the, like, we gotta also see what heroic shit they do too, what makes them be heroic. And to me, that's heroic, is when you're being selfless. If that ain't no heroic shit, then I don't know what it is. You know, most superheroes will put their life on the line just to save one innocent person. Maybe thousands, maybe millions. But that's how you make a character stand out. It's not that hard. I just don't understand why these writers make it this hard. If you have people that give the writers their criticism, rather than take that criticism and be like, you know what? Well, I can look into this. Let me see. Let me reread it. You know, be like, oh shit, you know what? Maybe I see what they're talking about. Y'all got so much ego that y'all would rather attack the fans and tell the fans that they're fucking stupid. You would rather lecture the fans and start calling them bigots, racist, homophobe, transphobe, pretty much any name in the fucking book. Rather than really listen to what the fans are saying, you cherry pick little things that they say, and then you take those words as an act of war. What are we in elementary school now? That we let criticism get to us and we start calling people names now? That's what we do? That's really what we do. Y'all can't be serious. Y'all cannot be joking with this shit. It's just, what the fuck, when it just comes to all that shit. Probably gonna start my own comic book. Maybe I can do it. Maybe I can take notes from Young Ripper. Not replicate it, but, you know, kind of take notes as far as, like, you know, what all he's doing as far as from the marketing standpoint. Not the story. At the end of the day, I already have an idea what kind of story I want to tell. You know? I already kind of have the foundation of the story laid out, so I'm probably just gonna go with that. You know, I just had to get a little short rant out, just get all the stupid shit out that's bugging me. By the way, The Flash was okay. I just watched The Flash yesterday. It was not yesterday, day before yesterday. It was okay. I'll probably do a little bit of a review on it maybe tomorrow. I'll probably do a Flash review. Yeah, I'll do a review on The Flash tomorrow. But anyway, let me get up out of here because for some reason my phone keeps acting retarded because it keeps kicking me out of StreamYard, and I'm going to try to find out what's going on with it. I think I know what it is. I might have left something retarded open on one of my phones, so I need to figure out what it is. But that being said, it's your boy Darkstar, and I am out. Peace. Oh, I'm probably going to be live later on today. But yeah, peace.